Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Secondary Heroes podcast. This is Secondary Shorts, our weekly check on what we're watching and what's trending in pop culture. It's August 28th, 2020, and this is your host, Trevor. Joining me, as usual, is...
I think it's Prague.
And this is DeLorean Wolfgang.
Awesome.
Indeed.
Sorry, I had my my turtle started throwing stuff all over the place in
Wow.
here.
Yeah, put your turtle back in the shell, sir.
Oh, it's the coming out of the shell tour, brother.
No.
Oh,
We have our
nice.
secondary shorts on today.
Oh, that's right.
Luckily, we're
Secondary
wearing shorts.
shorts. I am. Everybody saw me.
It's the first time
in
I've
shorts.
worn pants all week. So, yeah.
Who
let's do
wears
this.
short shorts? All right, let's do this. Yeah. Hey, Prague, why don't you start us off?
I'll start you guys off with a bit of a hot take, just because.
Oh, good, I like it.
happened
Oh,
to
jeez!
have a
Right off the
chance-
bat, I don't know if I can take
Ooh.
it.
I haven't had a chance, and I didn't think I was going to because the update took like 3 hours to download, but the new season of Fortnite was Marvel themed, which is something they were kind of teasing, but I wasn't too sure what that meant until yesterday when they announced that the entire season was going to be Marvel themed. I thought, that's awesome because I loved the last Marvel event they did. So I loaded it up, got ready to go, and thought it was going to be a lot like that, but just the whole season, the whole map. Wrong. It's there probably are some good things about it, but like I was expecting more from this event rather than just skins on top of certain things. Like you get the Thor skin and a couple of the bad guys get the Doctor Doom skin.
Hey,
and that's like about
Keep
it.
your Thor skin to yourself, sir.
Whoa, very nice. That's why they call me the God of Thunder.
Oh.
You should take care of that Thor skin. Ladies don't really like it.
Anyway, I don't know how that was very drilling. Anyways,
Off the rails.
Composed.
Let's go.
okay, I'll ride the lightning back down here. Here we go. So what they did that I do like, but I didn't get a chance to really play as much because I kept dying. Like as soon as I hit the ground, for whatever reason, I got put in with all the pros today. I don't know what was going on, but they unvaulted everything. So every item and old weapon from the first season is now back in the game, which I'm sure will make a lot of people happy. I was just hoping for more of the specialty items, which you can get. 4 different planes crash down and you grab like loot from them, but like trying to get that loot's hard. And you do get Silver Surfer's surfboard, which is kind of fun, I guess, but it's really just a glider for you whenever you need it.
Is it like Thor just running around with the shotgun?
Yes.
Okay.
The Thor skin is actually pretty cool. So, I do like that. The Thor skin.
To some, the Thor skin is cool. I mean, myself, I don't prefer it. But
Drilling hard, man.
no.
Anyways.
But I watched the video, and it looks like that you can actually be Groot. You can, and I think Groot also has Rocket on his shoulder.
Maybe. I don't know yet. We'll see.
And I heard if you hit tier 99, you get the Iron Man skin given to you. So that's pretty cool.
The fun
I
thing
thought
is
the
that
secret skin was somebody else.
Oh, I don't know. All I know is that the skins don't do anything other than look cool.
Yeah,
But
that's
They
about
don't
it.
do things.
That's everything about Fortnite.
Right. It sucks because
Everything
every-
should be cosmetic based because you can't make a purchasable advantage.
It sucks. Because that's what was so fun about the...
Oh, that special
event.
Thanos mode?
Well, yeah, you get to use like all these different powers.
Yeah, you
I
had the
thought,
Iron
like,
Man repulsors.
They should do that.
yeah.
They should like say, hey, here's a special vault that you have to break into. You can grab, Cap Shield or something. Or
Well, that's
whatever,
what
but maybe don't.
I think they do have an Iron Man chest or something like that, and you get all kinds of really cool loot out of the Iron Man chest, but
You do,
or
so
the Tony
you-
Stark loot or whatever.
So you do, but there's only 4 spots on the map, and it's almost impossible to get. So it's not like before, where like you're almost guaranteed a weapon every time.
Right.
This time, only 4 people are guaranteed a weapon usually. So it's kind of like, I don't know. They also got rid of some of my favorite aspects of the game this season, which were
Like all the water?
No. They got rid of the water pretty quick.
I was
The water
being
wasn't
sarcastic.
around
It's
much
okay.
last season. But they got rid of a lot of the vaults and areas with all the henchmen, which is a shame. So
It was pretty cool. And when you say that you kind of wish that they had like for instance Thor, if he brought lightning, or like Iron Man being able to fly. Like whenever I see that they've got Wolverine, I want to be able to use them claws and do a cool attack with those claws.
Same here. You
Yeah,
can't.
You can't do like a berserker mode or anything.
Yeah, berserker mode would be so rad. Schnickety schnickety.
I'm hoping they have events coming up in the future.
They should just have a mode where it's just like super mode.
They should, right?
If you want to play that
Superhero
version,
mode,
you can.
yeah.
If you want to play regular version, you can.
I agree.
I mean, Fortnite, I understand it's a big deal to connect with Marvel and whatever the licensing involves, but Fall Guys is the attention right now. Like,
it is. And
whether it's Twitch or Twitter or anything, it's all 100% attention on Fall Guys. And if this Marvel thing is just skins, I don't know if it's going to get anybody back playing Fortnite.
So how did that even happen, by the way? How did Fall Guys become so
I'm
huge?
sure there's some
it was
TikTok
overnight.
referencers or
That's probably
what do they
some,
call
like,
them? Influential people.
Influencers.
Sure. Yeah, some TikTok influencers said Fall Guys is cool, and then everybody did.
Yeah.
Or China actually made Fall Guys, and then they told TikTok, and it's a whole thing. We're not. That's not our podcast.
But that's the thing. Fall Guys, it seems to be, from what I've seen so far, you're pretty much just on one platform and you're jumping around over a bunch of.
No, it's like Wipeout. They have different obstacle courses.
Okay. There's okay.
Did you ever play the game Super Monkey Ball like 15 years ago?
I know of it, but I never played it.
It's the same game. It's just different characters. It's literally the exact same game. They did nothing.
It's like a .io version.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if you've played that game, you've probably.
It's
like,
kind
I've
of
already
like
played
the
it, so I'm
cross
like,
of a mobile game and a console game. Like it has all the mobile stylings. It's like a 100%
like
mobile type of game,
Right.
but they put it on consoles. It has that.
It looks
.io
cheap,
feel.
like a mobile game. Yeah.
I mean, cheap doesn't mean bad though. I mean, it's still fun. It's just not like a graphic heavy kind of game. That's all.
And so that way they can render a bunch of people live.
There you go.
Well,
So, anyways, that's me. That's enough for me from Fortnite.
So,
I'll still play it.
I do have a Marvel transition just because
nice.
I wanted to keep it going.
Marvels.
And Netflix, I'm super trendy that I'm talking about a Netflix Marvel show because those haven't been around or current for like 10 years, I think. Disney Plus is like almost out with all of their Captain Falcon, whatever they call him now. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to finish it off with Punisher Season 2 because I loved Punisher Season 1. Season 1 is outstanding. It's gritty, it's brutal, it's just visceral, the way all the characters take damage and everything. And I'm like, okay, so I'll give Season 2 a try. And Season 2 is absolute garbage. It's hot, steaming garbage. You're like, did they bring in new showrunners and writers and then fired them too and then just said, screw it, we're just wing it and we're not going to write anything because that's about the context of the entire show. I don't know who gave the approval for that, but thank goodness that Marvel took Netflix's Marvel creating properties away because
like you screwed it up. Done,
you don't deserve the license anymore because the same thing happened with Daredevil. Daredevil Season 1 was outstanding. And then Season 2, like the first 6 episodes are outstanding. And then it gets to this whole fantastical idea and it loses all of its mystique and what made it fun. And Punisher did the same exact thing.
Oh, it's a shame. Because, Season 2 of Daredevil was not fun. I mean, it started off good, like you said, but it just went like so bad, I actually stopped watching it. I was like, oh, I'll figure out what happened.
It discourages you from, like, Season 3 tries to recapture it because then we get more of a focus on Kingpin. But I think it's too late by then. And then Jessica Jones got really boring. Luke Cage started boring. Iron Fist doesn't even count as a show. So Defenders was like one of the most anticlimactic cinematic universes ever. I think it was worse than Universal's Mummy. Cinematic universe that never even got off the ground.
It started off so strong. The idea of having these darker shows on Netflix with, more real-based fighting and stuff. And it just all kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Oh, well. I don't watch any of them.
Well, now there's no reason to.
Yeah. Well,
Shout out to
You're
Disney Plus.
Well, Alex, how about you? Give us a hot take.
I don't really have a hot take.
Alex doesn't have many hot takes.
I like everything. I'm Mr. Normie, man. Hey. No, I've been piling through My Hero Academia still. And second season, midway through the second season, wow, does it get good.
It still has season.
Exactly. There's like some really heavy duty gritty episodes where like there's a dude with swords and he is slashing people up and then he licks the blood off the sword. And
I like
like
it.
it is like, whoa, I did not see this coming at all. Like you watch the first season and it's very like, oh, it's kind of kid oriented and it's like, okay, this is silly, fun, ha 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 ha. And then all of a sudden the second season they're like, I'm gonna murder you. Yeah, dude, it's actually a lot of fun.
Can you imagine that in Rugrats? Here comes Chucky.
But it's pretty wild. I'm digging it. It does have certain episodes where it's kind of like a calm down, which I can't imagine watching this show week by week because you would go through this super gritty episode. And like I said, they're only like 15 to 20 minutes long. So you get this like gnarly episode. And then the next one is like all in the school again where it's like, oh no, we've got our final exams. How are we going to do it?
I like that voice. That's a very anime voice.
That's my,
It was.
Huh, how do I do my final exam? I haven't trained at all. But what if I do this? Dude, it's...
What do I... Oh, but Sensei, please tell me. What is the answer?
But it's still a super fun show. It's actually great because it's something that I can watch, and surprisingly, my baby doesn't wake up whenever they're screaming and throwing weapons around. So it's still entertaining. So it's something that I can watch whenever my wife is sleeping in and I'm watching the baby. So yeah. But other than that, I've been watching like older movies too. Like I just finished watching Kingsman with my parents because I could watch Kingsman about 1,000 times and it never gets old.
Talk about a sequel that was hot flaming garbage and should just be killed. Like they should remove it from all streaming services and act like it never happened.
They really should. They should really act like Kingsman 2 never happened because it was. You said it perfectly. Hot garbage, hot steaming garbage, and I was prepared to go in and love that movie.
Everyone did.
Yep.
I mean, how can you not? But I guess they did forget about it because they decided to go and do the prequel instead.
Yeah, which is
like, oh, we can't follow that.
Yeah, they're like, what do you do when the sequel's so bad? I got it. We'll go to a prequel.
Yeah, might as well.
Prequels save everything, right?
Yeah, they've always worked.
Okay, we'll see. Yeah. Oh well.
One other thing that I'm watching, I just wanted to mention really quick, is Our Planet, where I love nature documentaries, whether it's Planet Earth or Winged Migration or various types of. Those are the only kind of documentaries that I get into. And Our Planet, the one problem is that I know the crux of why it's created. It's to tell us that our influence on the Earth is creating horrible causations for all of these different things. Right. Every single species is endangered because of how selfish we are, and that's fine. I'm not here to talk about any of that. But watching it can get to you because they show how all of the things that we've done have destroyed. They love comparisons. 93% of this species that was here 100 years ago is gone. Half of this entire forest and the Siberian continent is gone. Oh, it's like the ice sheet that once covered, 12 million square miles is down to 1,000 square miles. It's like, okay, we're having a good spot. Anyway, once you get past that devastating thing, it's amazing to watch in 4K. If you have a 4K TV, just sit back and watch the pretty pictures because there's a making of. Also, once you watch it, you can then go onto the making of this. And it took them 2 years to capture these shots. Like they get this Siberian tiger and they literally had to be in these boxes where it's just like one guy by himself. He can't leave the box. He has bathrooms and food all in this one box. And he has to sit there for like 3 months. And he never gets the tiger. It never comes by. And so when they actually do get the few minutes of tiger footage, you see how much went into it.
That reminds me of that scene in Walter Mitty where he's sitting waiting for the snow leopard, and he's just sitting there for months waiting to get a shot of the snow leopard.
Yeah, part of me always kind of like that desire. Oh, it would be really cool to be like a videographer, like a nature, travel the world and stuff. And then you see what they have to do, and you're like,
nope, never mind.
nah. Like
Yeah,
they
you
go
know
to
what?
Sumatra, and the dude's walking through like waist high like bog.
No.
It's like, no.
What is
I
biting me right now? What is nibbling on my
Dude,
toe?
I think about it too until I open my garage and I get bit by 3 mosquitoes, and
Yeah,
then I'm
you're
like, get me inside, get me into an air conditioner.
Yeah, no can do, sir.
No way.
There is one scene that stuck with me though. In episode 1, they show these flamingos, and the flamingos, they have to travel like 2 miles or whatever from where they're born to where they're going to finally take off. And they're like, oh, 1 million flamingos will survive this. So there's a huge population of flamingos. So you shouldn't feel bad if one dies. But they show this one, and the salt calcifies on his legs, and he's walking slower and slower, and he gets stuck.
No.
And then the narrator, David Attenborough, is like, sadly, he will not make it along with the others. And you just watch him because then it always gets my mind running why I cry with dogs. It's because they don't understand. Like, they're going to keep going until they die. He's going to keep going step by step until he can't move anymore.
Idea. Right.
And it's just horrible to watch.
He's like
that's episode 1 to put you in the nice
he's like the
foundation for the
Terminator,
rest.
slowly crystallizing and not being able to move. Sad.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well, let's turn this around. I also watched a bunch of episodes of what is it? Game Over? No. High Score. Yeah. So that's actually fun, but I do got a little bit of a gripe on the first episode. The first episode, it ends talking about, and that was the demise of video games or whatever. Whenever they were talking about ET and stuff like that.
Right.
They don't go any more into that. The next episode, it just jumps straight into Nintendo and stuff, and Nintendo, and how that got brought up. And I dig all that, but they just kind of like almost leave you on this little cliffhanger with the first episode. Do they ever jump back?
Have you ever? So you've only watched the first episode?
No. I've watched the first, second, and third episode.
Okay. No, they never go back to it. The whole idea is they leave you on a cliffhanger every episode. That's kind of what they do, to kind of tease the next episode. And then what they're talking about is that the industry really did kind of die then until Nintendo came around and kind of spruced it back to life.
Well, and that's the thing is, yeah, I know the story. But,
that's all. There was nothing. There's no deeper meaning to that.
But there was so much that happened with everything. Like they have a stockpile in a dump out in the middle of the desert.
I know.
I get that there's a whole nother documentary that goes in depth and all that, but yeah, but for people who never have seen Game Over, the documentary, then they're going, well, what happened with all this stuff?
Yeah, true.
So
that didn't bother me at all. I didn't notice that.
I just think whenever I think about it is, because I know the story and I know what goes on behind it and what happens after that, I find a lot of that stuff also very fascinating. That they don't
really
jump
attached
into
to this.
Well, no, they just don't go into any of it.
So you do have a hot take. I like it.
I guess this is a hot take, my friends. Right. I've got some hot takes.
High Score is on Netflix. Our Plan is on Netflix. Punisher is on Netflix, and then My Hero Academia is on Hulu.
Yep.
Fortnite is on every platform except for mobile.
Except for mobile.
We're not going to talk about that. Do you have a spotlight of the week?
I do. Our spotlight of the week is The Untold Hour. This is with Jessica Chobot and Andrew Bowser. They used to be with Nerdist.com. They used to have their own show called Bizarre States. And I'm not sure what happened. All of a sudden, their shows started ending with Bizarre States, and now they've started back up with the Untold Hour, which is pretty much the same thing, which is excellent because it's a lot of ghost stories, it's a lot of UFO stories, it's a lot of stuff that's in the news that they talk about this type of stuff that a lot of people just don't. And I like their takes on it. They keep it fun, they keep it comedic with it all. So definitely check out The Untold Hour.
Awesome. And to everybody listening, be sure to follow at Secondary Heroes in every social media platform and check us out on anchor.fm. Leave us a voice message. It's anchor.fm/secondary-heroes-podcast. And to everyone listening, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you next time.
Fargo.
DeLorean Wolfgang, roll out.